We're just in contact.
Alright, what's up, y'all? I'm Ethan.
I'm Jesse.
We're back with the Knowing Basketball podcast.
Yeah.
Today, we're at school. We decided to film it during lunch, so he's going to be eating his meal prep. So, big thing. Giannis just got traded. No, not. Damian Lillard just got. Damian Lillard just got traded to the Bucks, and then the Trailblazers got Jrue, and then they flipped them again to the Celtics. So we're going to be going over what this trade means for the entire NBA and how this affects the championship odds next year, how teams got better, which teams got worse, stuff like that. So let's start off with the bigger one. So Dame to the Bucks. Obviously, Giannis was threatening to leave Milwaukee earlier, so I'm thinking now that Dame's there, he's probably going to re-sign when he can. You know, this duo is one of, if not the best duo in the league, right? Because they're
probably the most complete offensive duo ever.
Yeah.
Especially with Middleton on the wing. I
Yeah,
think the Bucks'
yeah.
offense is going to be at the top of the league.
Exactly, right? Because you have Damian with elite second best shooter in the league, probably arguably, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then great point guard skills, can pass it, can dish it mid range, whatever you need. And then Giannis is just Giannis.
Yeah, it's going to be the best pick and roll that basketball's seen in a few years, aside from Luka and Derek Lively. But anyways, next one.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna gloss over scoring champion and assist leader duo of James Harden and Joel Embiid from last year.
This shit don't count, bro. This shit don't count. Harden's old and fat.
All right, he wouldn't let lead an assist if Embiid wasn't just the fucking fat ass that scores every basket. I think my initial reaction to this trade was that Portland really got fleeced, right? Because they gave up Dame, obviously MVP caliber player when he can be, when he has the right system around him. They gave up Jusuf Nurkic, who is a very solid backup big, right?
No, starting.
Oh yeah, so it's very solid starting big. They gave up two young players. So I was they kind of gave up too much to just.
They gave up Nasir, right? And
they gave up Keon Johnson, exactly.
Those are really versatile wings.
Yeah, I'm they're good young players. They have a lot of potential. A lot of teams would love to get them. So I thought the Portland got fleeced, right? Bucks, I thought definitely won the deal by a lot because they just gave up Jrue Holiday and Toumani Camara and then 3 picks for
I think
Dame.
it's hard to say because sure, Dame is going to be super revolutionary for the offense, but Jrue is definitely their defensive anchor on the perimeter. You have Brook and Giannis, so their defense is going to be fine, but they're going to have to completely restructure their coaching philosophy.
Right.
Without Jrue, because Jrue and Dame are very different players.
Well, the thing I say about this is that Damian, Dame takes off some of the offensive load from Giannis. We've already seen he has the defensive potential, right? 2-time defensive player of the year. He can definitely become this new anchor for the defense, especially if you have Brook Lopez guarding the rim. He can guard around the inside the arc, and then just have whatever guards they have to do an okay job on the wing. As for the Bucks, definitely their balance of offense and defense got fucked up a lot, right? Because they used to be pretty good defensively, pretty good offensively. And now I think, they're probably just about the number 1 offense in the league, and their defense has dropped significantly.
And I think we can't understate how good their offense is now. Because the main problem that Milwaukee's offense was lacking, especially in the playoffs, is consistent 3-point shooting, right? They tried to get that with Joe Ingles. They tried to make Pat Connaughton a specialist, but Pat Connaughton's a decent guy, but he's not going to be a good 3-point shooter specialist. They got Bobby Portis to try to do some stuff, but he declined a little bit. But I think now they have Dame, that problem's obviously resolved.
Right, it's filled.
And of course we're gonna keep watching for Marjon Beacham. Marjon Beacham was he had a disappointing rookie year, but he's gonna be better. He's really talented, super high potential. So I think overall this is amazing for their offense.
Right. And I especially think that the double teaming situation, because there is no defense in the league that can currently stop them right now, right? Because no team in the league has this ability to shove Dame off of the wing, get him to come inside the arc or dish it out. There's also that team there's teams with those kind of skills, but they don't also have an elite rim protector or 2 to deny Brook Lopez and Giannis. Right.
I think the team with the best chance is definitely the Celtics, right?
Because it's just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, elite defense, elite offense.
Drew's now at the point.
Yeah, Drew's there. Wait.
They might be the Bucks stopper.
Oh my god. Celtics.
Al Horford is the Giannis stopper.
Okay, well,
to some extent.
One of them.
He's the best Giannis defender there is, 101.
Yeah, Al Horford is just the kryptonite for Nikola Jokic, Embiid, Giannis.
Jokic?
I don't know. I think he's been playing okay against them. He's the only big that's old as hell, cheap, and can still hold his own against everybody. I don't understand is Al Horford just he sees like an MVP caliber player, he's just like, I gotta stop him.
He's probably like tickling them or something. So there's like conversation
Yeah. Like, I don't understand how Al Horford is stopping like Embiid, but like, I don't know, Isaiah Hart. No, that's bad.
Like Nick Claxton.
Yeah, Nick Claxton is. Well, he's all right. But like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how Al Horford is doing a better job than like Nick Claxton. You know. Oh yeah, Phoenix was also in the deal, right? They traded Ayton and then I think some picks to get what is it like? What they
They
get?
got a really good wing depth.
Yeah, they got.
Dude, Phoenix is getting
Oh
strong.
yeah, Nurkic too. Nurkic, right? Because it was just Ayton and Toumani Camara, like
They got rid of-
Jusuf, Nurkic, Grayson Allen,
Toumani
Nasir
Camara.
Little. This is an insane haul.
Yeah,
Well, not,
I think Phoenix is definitely
Yeah,
like amongst the three teams. I think Phoenix won the trade.
yeah, definitely. Like the margin of how much they won is definitely the greatest by Phoenix because they just their roster, their bench was fucked, right? And then now they just rounded it out with some like nice minimum players, nice young players. Jusuf Nurkic is going to be really solid. I mean,
Nurkic is way better for them at center
instead of Ayton, right?
He's like hard nosed. He knows his role. Aiden's trying to be a star, and that's justified. He's really talented.
Right.
But Nurkic will just do whatever you want.
Right, Nurkic is more of a like perfect fit, not more like he knows his role. He's a lot cheaper too. He's like 13 million cheaper, so they have a little bit more freedom with the cap space. Whatever they're trying to do with it, they're already like super over. But whatever.
They're still lacking a point guard though. Like
Right.
they've done all these trades. They're still lacking point. They got amazing wing depth, not decent center depth. There's still no point guard. They got rid of campaign, which is so
Yeah,
wild to me.
and then they got picked up by the Spurs and then waived again.
He's on the Bucks now though.
He's on the Bucks. Oh shit. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the picks that the Bucks traded to Portland though, because like I said, by the time these picks come around, Giannis is like 34. By then we're probably going to be able to see him regress because his game right now relies a lot on his athleticism, his speed, his dominance, right? And then by that time, Dame is 39. His ass is retiring. He's not going to be there anymore, right? So these picks are likely going to be either really valuable unless Giannis stays and just like becomes LeBron and some other.
I was like, he
Like
stays good.
Yeah, his longevity like plays out. Other superstars still want to come play with him. So I see this as a good investment from the Blazers, but I still think they could have gotten a lot more for what they gave up.
So these picks depend because the pick swap depend on the Bucks record in the future.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the other thing about this is the new CBA like punishes teams that spend the most by pushing them all the way to the back of the draft.
Oh.
But now that the Bucks have sent away these picks, Giannis, if he stays till 34, they're going to still be trying to contend, right? Because there's no point in tanking. So they're going to still be trying to build around him. These picks are going to be worth even less, which is literally just going to be like the 30th pick, which is like, what are you going to do with that, right? And then in that case, the swaps are just useless because no matter what, you're going to be better than 30th pick if the Bucks get it. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely a gamble. I feel like I don't know. It's hard to see what Giannis will be like because you can't like forecast like athletic like longevity. Like he could always be like I don't know like old Kevin Garnett. That's what
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say is that like this new situation made me think more about the new CBA. Like the fact that teams that spend the most are automatically going to the back of the draft is bad for teams that have already traded for picks. Because the teams that traded those picks are going to be wanting to contend, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they traded theirs, there's no reason to contend. So they're just going to spend as much as they can to maximize their chances, however little it is. And then these picks are just going to be shit, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see that. I initially wrote that the East is cooked because I thought Giannis and Dame is going to like terrorize everyone. The Celtics before the Jrue deal, I didn't really see how they could stop them. Sixers, I hate myself. I hate this franchise. Why am I here? You know, like Cavs. Cavs are okay. Like they.
No, I think Cavs are gonna surprise you this year because they got
George's Niang
and extras. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot more wing depth. They got a lot better 3-point shooting, but I still don't think they're on like the same tier as like even Boston last year.
But what are they lacking? Is it just experience?
Yeah, experience. I think Donovan Mitchell was kind of like smothered in the playoffs last year, which is I didn't really watch the Knicks. It was the Knicks Cavs, right? I didn't really watch that series. I don't know really what really happened to him. But evidently, like some shit was up because they were the 4 seed.
It might be like an ego thing. Like I don't know, because like I feel like before Donovan Mitchell got there, Darius Garland and like the two bigs were looking really really good with Darius Garland as the star, and now like Donovan Mitchell's trying to be the star, and Darius Garland, I feel like he did take a step back.
Yeah.
in terms of role, but like I think they're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they probably need to just build some more chemistry around
And I really think they should have gotten rid of Karis LeVert. Like Karis LeVert, like for both the organization and him, like he would have been so much better at anyone else. Like he was blossoming in Brooklyn and Indiana, and he got injured and got traded. But like he's definitely doesn't have like a big role, as big of a role he deserves.
He can't develop here because they're trying to contend now. As a young player, he can't do much shit about that. Okay, let's move on to the Bucks Celtics trade. So Celtics get Jrue, I'm stupid. Celtics and Blazers. Celtics get Jrue, Blazers receive Brogdon, Williams, a first from the Warriors, and an unprotected first from the Celtics. Right? I think this trade was able to make the Celtics if not more, like better than the Bucks. They're definitely on the same. You want to say hi?
I definitely think that
this is our resident Celtics fan here. Yeah, I definitely think they regained their spot on that top teams in the East along with the Bucks, right? I think I watched like a video about it. I watched AM Hoops, the way that he phrased it was, in the East, it's a 2-team conference now. It's going to be the Celtics or the Bucks coming out of there. Everybody else is just kind of below them. I guess you could say the second tier is definitely the Cavs,
Knicks, Sixers.
I don't know if Knicks, but
no, I think the Knicks are up there.
At this point, the Knicks might be better than the Sixers, man. It's over. It's over, bro. Yeah, so the Sixers, if they somehow just get rid of James for Damian Lillard, if something like that happens, the Sixers are definitely still up there because they have an MVP. Who was we saying? Oh, Cavs, right? Cavs, they have so many young players, so much development, so much future. The Knicks, Julius Randle is cool, I guess. Jalen Brunson is definitely there.
Jalen Brunson's definitely going to be an all-star next year.
Yeah, they're definitely a really solid team. And then it's the Heat. The Heat look terrible on paper, but you can't.
Always regular season sleepers.
Yeah, you can't sleep on the Heat at this point. We've already been through this too many times to start hating on them now.
Especially with Jimmy Butler. That's
oh shit. Jimmy Butler got them to the finals. Where's yeah. And then it's the Hawks, and then just Hawks, and then the Magic, and then everybody else.
No, Nets are up there too. But the Nets definitely don't have a direction. I think they're just out there just to play. But they're gonna be a really fun team to watch.
Yeah, they're gonna be fun. Mikal Bridges is definitely
Cam Thomas is gonna be starting next year.
He's good. Yeah. Oh, Cam Johnson.
Cam Johnson's gonna be good too.
Yeah, no, I thought you said Cam Johnson, not Thomas.
Dinwiddie.
You said Dinwiddie.
Wait, what?
Okay, Dinwiddie's a good player, but he's not one of those people that you hype up. Come on.
Okay, that's right. I swear they got someone else, some good rookies.
Either way, they got Day'Ron Sharp.
Oh, Day'Ron Sharp, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the Nets are...
and then the Pacers. The Pacers are
going to be
Jarvis Walker, Obi Toppin.
Yeah, but I feel the Pacers are also in kind of that no man's land gray area part.
Yeah, they're definitely... I think they're definitely going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. If they don't, play in at least. But they're not going to be contending for a ring. But they're always going to be fun to watch. Any team with Tyrese Halliburton leading the team is going to be fun to watch.
I feel they're going to be going back to the PG days where they're just perpetually mid.
No, the PG days, they were contending low-key.
Yeah, but they were always second round exits.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah,
that's because of LeBron.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Roy Hibbert? No, they were good.
Yeah, so let's talk about the trade, right? Celtics, obviously, they gave up more of their future, right? Because they got rid of Rob Will, who was an elite rim protector, super young player, enormous upside, right?
He's always injured, though.
Always injured, that's true. But they also gave up a pick. Malcolm Brogdon, a Warriors pick, so that means they gave up a lot of their future to get
pick for next year.
Yeah, no, but this is from the Warriors though. Okay, I'm back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so back to the trade, right? So the Blazers got a big haul for Jrue. I think, judging by their package they got for him, their Dame haul is complete. It makes sense. It's good, right? The main thing is that the Blazers aren't going to be keeping Brogdon, so we have to see where he's moving on. Rob Williams to the Blazers, he and DeAndre Ayton can either play together or in a starter backup situation. That's cool. The two picks are going to be, the 2024 from the Warriors. I don't see that as being such a good pick, right? Because they're still going to have Steph, Draymond, and Clay.
Yeah.
That's next year, so it's not really much. But definitely this 2029 first pick from the Celtics. It's unprotected, which means it could be pretty valuable, right? And then especially since Jason Tatum and Brown, I don't know, how old are they now? They're going to be like,
Like 24, 25?
right, so they're going to be like 30 by then. They could have left the Celtics, I don't know. This is definitely like a very volatile pick. It could be,
They're like 26, 27.
yeah, because if they stay on the Celtics, they're still like contenders in my eyes. But this could also mean that if they leave, the Celtics are shit, right?
I do think like they got way more in exchange for Jrue like here as opposed to like if they just ended up with Jrue like after the Dame trade, like they definitely lost it. But they got way more
Than Jrue than what he's worth because he fits so well into the Celtics, right?
That's true.
If you
Like,
think about it, the Celtics have like the best two-way starting five.
I don't think he's like he's an all-star, but like, I don't think he's worth a sixth man of the year, like an elite rim protector and 2 picks.
Elite young rim protector too.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, I think the main thing now is that the Celtics definitely like they drew two-way player, best perimeter guard, a perimeter defender in the league. Smart and Brown, no, not Smart and Brown. Tatum and Brown, obviously very good two-way players. They got KP at the 5, which is solid.
At the 4, right? Al Horford's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, KP at the 4, Al Horford at the 5. You know, KP stretch big, 7'3", tall as fuck. Can if you don't have like a center over 6'10", he's just gonna like jump over you and dunk it, right? I watched him do that against the Sixers like firsthand last year. Yeah, the Celtics are a very complete team now. I don't know how their bench is looking though, because they traded away Smart, Brogdon. I guess their only really big bench piece now is Derek White. I mean, he's still like a great player, right? Definitely going to be a really solid addition, but like their bench used to be the best in the league. Now it's mellowed out by a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Celtics.
What's his? O'Shea?
O'Shea Brissett, I think he did, yeah. I'm going to say that the Celtics definitely got better. Like, after this trade, they definitely got better, but it's going to be... They traded up, like, really high upside in the future for a little bit better in the present. You know what I mean? I don't know if this was a good... Like, they're definitely just going all in this year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how good of an investment this was.
I don't think they needed Jrue. Like, I think
Yeah, they really didn't,
Rodney
right?
definitely could have started, and like it would have been like,
Right?
really good.
Yeah, I feel like... Yeah. I guess they were concerned about the fit with Rob and Al Horford.
Yeah, and also it's like they got Jrue and no one else can get Jrue.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it'd be so much more dangerous.
Because Jrue is also like a threat to go to the Sixers or the Heat. The fact that they were able to lock him down and make sure he didn't go there is also really valuable, especially because the East is so top heavy.
I mean, as long as they're willing to take on Drew's contract, yeah, after you got the big extension.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're gonna be good.
I guess so. The really big question mark now for the league is that where's Malcolm Brogdon going? And I say that and I make it sound like Malcolm Brogdon is like an all-star.
But he's good.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be a super impactful player, right? Can do so much, knows his role, is not a cancer in the locker room, right? He's going to be really valuable for any team that wants him. And obviously, as a Sixers fan, I got to say, no, because the biggest rumors for Brogdon right now are going to the Sixers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, literally, Dame went to the East, and then the entire East just, like, absorbed the value from that. So, the West is a lot shittier now, and the East is a lot top-heavy now. So, if Brogdon does end up going to the Sixers, like, this could work out. Like, obviously, Malcolm Brogdon isn't worth... Malcolm Brogdon isn't worth James Harden. So the Sixers are going to get a little bit more in return for him if Harden goes to the Clippers or whatever. And I think that would make them a lot more complete team. I think the Sixers had a really successful offseason, right? Because they brought in Pat Bev, Mo Bamba, re-signed Montrez. That's not like good signing, but it is a signing. Got Paul Reed back. They got fucking like Oubre, right? This is a really good offseason for them. I liked it. Especially after like the beginning with like losing Niang and Shake Milton. I think this is... If he did go to the Sixers, I could see a package revolving around like some of the people they just picked up, and then maybe like one of those guards or like a pick for Malcolm Brogdon. Because what the Blazers really want is draft compensation, right? And the other trade they got back, Ayton and what was the trade again? Portland got Ayton and Camara and like picks, right? So they already got their young players. They already have Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simons. I guess, yeah, all those people, they have good young players that they're going to try to... They have Scoot, they have Matisse. I don't know. I just wanted to throw him in there, right?
No, but they still have Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant, they say he's going to be moved too.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. So they definitely Portland has a lot of good young players that they're going to be trying to build around. So now what they need is draft compensation to kind of balance out this rebuild. So what I could see is what I've seen is that they want like a first round pick for Brogdon, like the value of either a top 4 or just like an unprotected first round pick, depending on which team they get it from. So I could see like the Sixers definitely have a pick to trade. We could see this deal end up before the deadline if the Sixers want to take a gamble on it. Or the Blazers can take a gamble on Brogdon, let him play out through the season, let other teams see how good he is, and then trade him at the deadline for an even higher price. Right. Either way, the Blazers, the haul they got back for Dame is elite. Right, because especially if you consider like Rudy Gobert got traded for so much, this is definitely a lot more than what Rudy Gobert got traded for, and this just shows how good of a job that this Blazers GM is doing.
Especially given the fact that they kind of had their backs to the wall, like they had to.
Right, they had to trade him like to Miami, but like the GM had the guts to say no, we're not sending you there. We're gonna do what's best for the franchise, and they got like a boatload in return.
It was like
hella disrespectful.
It's not like
to
Dame
Dame.
lost. No, it's not disrespectful.
No,
to pair him up with Giannis.
He said he wanted to come back, and then they were like, no, you can't come back.
Oh yeah, I mean like. He was like, I could come back.
Yeah, he was like, no.
And they're like, no, we're sending to Giannis. No one lost in that
Okay, yeah,
situation.
that's true. I think the fact that if they had sent him to like another team besides Miami or Milwaukee, he would have been like pissed. But like, you get a chance to play with Giannis now. Everybody kind of got what they wanted in the end.
I think as long as he ended up on a contender.
Right, exactly. So again, this makes the Celtics and the Bucks kind of the top of the East. If the Sixers do get Brogdon, I don't think they're in the same tier, but they're definitely in a tier above everyone else. I think they would be above the Cavs by that point if they get Brogdon.
I definitely think they have a lot of issues to resolve before becoming like Bucks or Celtics.
Yeah, definitely, because they have like the locker room shit that's going on. Embiid needs to figure out how to like stop.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Suffocating the playoffs.
But I think I want to see Brogdon on the Bulls. There's so much.
Oh shit! What's going on with Chicago? Fuck, I don't know what Chicago's
because
doing.
they're not trying to rebuild. They're not trying to blow it up or anything.
Yeah, I don't know what their plan is, bro.
They have like Lonzo's not coming back. They should have tried for Jrue.
They should have tried for Jrue, yeah. I think they were definitely one of them in contention for it. But I think the bigger thing I want to talk about is like the entire dynamic of the league, right? Because Portland just sacrificed one of their players to go to the East, and now the East is really unbalanced from the West. Like trying to get to the finals via the East versus via the West is going to be a lot harder, especially with Ja being out. Right, because the Grizzlies are going to tank a little bit there. The Bucks and Celtics have got a lot better. So the East is kind of it's fucked. Say it like without a better use of words, the East is fucked.
I guess so. Yeah. Aside from like the Nuggets, there's like everything else is like kind of like tossed up.
If you see the top teams in the league, it's definitely like the Nuggets number 1. Or no, not the Nuggets number 1. Nuggets are like top 3.
No, I don't think Nuggets. You can't say the Nuggets are number 1 anymore because they lost Jeff Green and Bruce Brown.
And then the Bucks got Dame. Yeah, the Celtics got them. So yeah, I think they're like top 3 maybe, top 5 definitely.
Definitely top 5.
But everybody else in the top 5 are all East teams.
Yeah.
So what this means is that the East is going to be really hard for the next like 2 to 3 years. And then in maybe 5 years, we're going to be seeing the effects even out. And then like 7 years from now, the West is going to be a lot harder than the East. Well, we can't say that yet, no. But like in the current path, because Portland has so much, OKC's in the West. Right?
OKC's going to be good soon.
Yeah, OKC's in the West, Spurs are in the West, Pelicans are in the West, right?
I think the Mavs are going to figure things out. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs again with Luka and Kyrie at the full season.
Right. If we keep going, like the West is going to be a lot more stacked, and it's going to be kind of like this wave. It goes down and it comes back up on opposite sides, you know.
But the Magic, my Magic.
The Magic. Okay, we're not making this a podcast about the Magic.
Maybe in like 4 years, 5 years.
Okay.
That was very good.
So if Brogdon was traded, where do you think he's going to end up? I would say the Sixers. I might be biased.
I would say the Sixers. Maybe the Raptors.
Raptors, that's an interesting choice. I think that I don't know what the Raptors are trying to do right now. Are they trying to blow it up, or are they going to keep trying to go down this route?
I think they were considering blowing it up because like the OG Anunoby's always been in trade rumors since like the entire time like there for like the past 2 years. Like they're always trying they always like overprice Pascal and OG in trade offers.
That's true.
That's why no one wants them.
I think Pascal definitely has great numbers. Like his efficiency is okay, but definitely these are a lot inflated by his usage, right? Because he just plays so much. He takes so many shots. He's like kind of like the soul of the Raptors, right? Which is why his stats are so good, and that's why it's kind of misleading. Yeah. Do you have anything else to talk about?
No, I'm good.
All right. That'll do it for this episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna try to be posting more episodes after our college apps are done.
November 2nd.
Yes, sir. All right. See ya.